People remember what you do, not what you say. And if you feel that sentence in your chest right now, it is because you know it is true. Most of us talk about changing our lives. We tell friends we will improve. We post online about big plans. We dream out loud. But when the day ends, nothing new happens. The body stays the same. The habits stay the same. The life stays the same. And that hurts inside. This message is for every person tired of saying I will and never seeing results. This is for the one who wants progress more than attention. You deserve a life where your work is visible, where your actions speak first, where your effort brings real progress that others notice without you saying a word. In this audiobook, you will learn how to stop wasting energy on talk and start putting that energy into action. You will learn simple ways to move forward every single day. You will learn how to show commitment through results. Chapter 1. Prove intentions through behavior, not empty claims. You know something about people. They speak a lot about what they want to do. They share big plans. They tell others about huge goals. They talk about how great life will look one day. They speak like they already achieved everything. But time passes, days move, weeks move, months move. And nothing has changed. Everything they said stayed only in their voice. No visible proof, no evidence, nothing that shows they are moving toward those dreams. And that is a problem many people face. They say much but do little. They share plans but do little. They share plans but do not follow through. They talk about change but stay the same. And the truth is strong. When words increase and actions decrease, the respect for those words disappears. People do not care what you say. They care what you show. They watch your actions and not your speeches. They judge you on your behavior and not your claim. You can say you stand for something, but if your behavior tells a different story, no one will believe the words anymore. Actions reveal character. Actions reveal commitment. Actions reveal true intentions. And when your actions are weak, your intentions fade. Every human wants to feel proud of themselves. Everyone wants to wake up feeling they are building something important. Everyone wants to look back and say they tried, they moved forward, they improved, they changed. But many forget that life rewards only the people who work on what they say. Talking is easy and free. Everyone can talk, but action costs energy. Action demands courage. Action takes time, sacrifice, and patience. That is why most people stop right there. They stop at words because words do not require effort. Think about this. If you want to lose weight, you can tell everyone you will exercise. You can mention it again and again. You can say you will join the gym next week. But if you do not know your body stays the same. If you want to improve grades, you can tell your friends that you will study every night. But if you do not pick up the book, the exams will not care about your speech. If you want stronger relationships, you can say how important people are to you. But if you do not show love, care, kindness, and presence, no one will feel valued. If you want success, you can shout it loud. But success listens only to actions. Life does not change through promises. Life does not change through planning alone. Life changes when behavior changes. When effort becomes daily. When priorities become real. When excuses are removed. When consistency appears. When discomfort does not stop you. Every time you choose behavior over empty speech, you prove you are serious. You prove your intentions are real. You show yourself and the world that your words hold power. Right now, think about the goals you shared before. Think about the dreams you have repeated again and again. Think about the changes you promised yourself. Be honest. Are you acting like the person who truly wants those results, or are you only sounding like that person? Because sounding strong means nothing without strong action. Many people love the attention they get when they say big things. But the real winners love the feeling they get when they do big things. There is a special kind of pride that comes from seeing progress, from finishing something important, from staying committed when no one is clapping for you, from waking up and doing the work even if no one knows. That is where confidence grows. That is where respect grows. That is where the sense of purpose grows. You do not need approval from others. You need approval from yourself. And that approval comes only from your behavior. You can start small. You do not need a huge change right now. One step today is better than 10 promises tomorrow. One good habit repeated daily is better than 100 great ideas that never start. 1 hour of effort is better than a long speech about future success. You do not need to announce your goals. You need to chase them. You do not need to explain your dreams. You need to build them. And when you build something, one day people will notice without you saying a single word. Behavior teaches the world how to treat you. When you follow through, people trust you. When you keep your word to yourself, you trust yourself. Think about that. How many times have you said you will change but delayed? Every delay weakens self-trust. Every broken promise to yourself removes belief from inside you. Every time you say without doing, you feel smaller. But every time you act, you feel stronger. Confidence comes from action. Self-worth comes from action. Peace comes from action. And results come from action. If you truly want a better life, give your energy to proof, not talk, not wishes. Proof that you care. Proof that you are improving. Proof that you are growing. Proof that you want better. Proof that you are willing to work. Ask yourself each night, what did I do today that moves me closer? When the answer is nothing, you know you are stuck in talk. When the answer is something, you know you are building something new. You deserve a life you can be proud of. You deserve a story filled with real change and real success. But you cannot reach that life by repeating empty claims. You reach it by acting every single day. The future listens only to your actions. The future forms only through your behavior. Your effort is writing your story right now. Each day is a chance to show your intentions, not through promises, through practice, through action, through proof. Stop giving long explanations. Stop trying to sound ready. Start being ready. Start doing what needs to be done. Start living like your goals actually matter. Start giving yourself the chance to grow. People may doubt your words, but if you keep acting, they will not doubt your results. Prove yourself by starting. Prove yourself by continuing. Prove yourself by refusing to quit. You have everything inside you to back up your words with real action. Life rewards movement. Life rewards commitment. Life rewards those who behave like their dreams belong to them. Clear's throat and your dreams do belong to you. But they will not wait forever. The more you say, the less you do. If you keep talking, change that today. Speak less, work more. Show yourself that your actions can shape a better future. And one day your results will speak for you louder than any words ever could. Chapter 2. Act quietly and feel confidence grow inside. There is something powerful about taking action without needing to talk about it first. When you act quietly, you give yourself the chance to grow without pressure from others. You do not need people to clap for you. You do not need to announce every small step. You give your own heart and mind the chance to feel proud without asking for any outside reward. When you act quietly, you start building confidence from the inside rather than waiting for someone to approve your effort. You feel a peaceful strength knowing you are doing the right thing even if nobody sees it. Many people speak loud but feel empty. They talk about what they plan to do hoping others will be impressed. They want attention before earning something real. But when life tests them, they fall apart because they were depending on praise to keep them moving. Confidence built on attention disappears when people stop watching. Confidence built on action stays with you forever. When you make progress without asking for permission, you feel more in control. You do not worry about opinions. You do not wait for support. You build your own belief. Start doing important things silently. Wake up earlier and work on your skill. Read books that teach you something new. Practice tasks that push you forward. Improve one small part of your life each day without feeling the need to report it. When you stay focused like that, something begins to change inside you. You stop wondering whether others notice your effort. You start noticing your effort. That is powerful. That is how real confidence grows. You feel stronger because you can see yourself improving. Quiet action gives you time to think. When you avoid talking too much about your goals, you protect them from doubt and negativity. Not everyone understands what you want. Not everyone wants you to grow. Some people may discourage you or joke about your dreams. Acting quietly keeps your goals safe from the wrong energy. You build a strong foundation before anyone can question your ability. When results appear later, they speak on their own. There is nothing to argue about when progress is right there in front of everyone. Confidence is not something that arrives suddenly. It forms step by step. You notice you can handle more than you thought. You feel responsible for your future. You feel proud of your effort. Every task completed is a message to yourself saying you are capable. You do not need a loud voice for that. You need steady motion. Day after day, effort after effort, growth after growth. Soon you realize you no longer feel insecure about your abilities because you have proof inside you that you can take action and follow through. Working quietly removes pressure. You do not have to live up to a statement you made publicly. You do not worry about someone asking how things are going. You move at your own pace. You focus on doing instead of explaining. You can adjust your plan without feeling embarrassed. You can start again if something does not work. This freedom helps you stay calm and consistent. Confidence grows in environments where you feel free to try, fail, and try again without fear of judgment. Think about the people you admire. They are often not the loudest people in the room. They are working when others are talking. They are improving when others are wasting time. They are building when others are dreaming out loud. And then one day, everyone notices their results. Quiet effort creates loud outcomes. But those outcomes do not show up overnight. They show up after many private days of discipline. They show up after you give yourself enough time to get better. Your confidence should be something that grows because you know you are keeping promises to yourself. When you choose a task and finish it, your inner voice says, "Well done." When you decide to learn something and stick with it, your inner voice says, "Keep going." Confidence grows from those honest moments with yourself. It grows from knowing you are actually doing the work. Compliments from others may feel good for a moment, but they do not last. Pride from personal effort lasts a lifetime. Many people feel unhappy because they want growth without effort, for success without sacrifice. They look for shortcuts. But quiet action teaches patience. It teaches commitment. It teaches that great results take time. When you accept that reality, you stop rushing. You stop comparing. You stop trying to impress people. You start developing yourself. You learn self-control. You learn that confidence is earned, not given, by being fully present in your own journey. You gain the strength to keep going even when results are slow. Every quiet effort is an investment. Every small improvement builds your future strength. You may feel invisible at times, but you are not invisible to yourself. You can see your growth. You can feel your mindset changing. You can feel the gap shrinking between who you are and who you want to become. Give yourself credit for that. Celebrate the progress privately, not because you are hiding, but because you value the process more than the attention. Acting quietly does not mean acting small. It means acting with intention. Clears throat, it means choosing to build a life you believe in even when there is no applause. It means proving to yourself that you are responsible for what you create. When others talk about plans, you already finished something. When others say someday, you are already working on today. When others wait for motivation, you show up even without it. That is the confidence that cannot be taken away from you. You are stronger than you think. The only limitation you might feel is the pressure of comparison. When you remove that weight, your focus returns. You realize that life is not a race against others. It is a commitment to your own growth. Acting quietly allows you to notice your own changes. No one can deny what you have built with your own hands. Quiet confidence becomes your shield. It gives you courage. It gives you pride. It gives you peace. You have dreams inside you that deserve real effort. Do not delay them by talking too much about what you might do. Turn your thoughts into action as soon as you can. Do one thing each day that proves you care about your future. You do not need to post it. You do not need to announce it. You only need to show up and work. Your future self will thank you. Your actions will make you feel capable. You will see yourself becoming someone stronger every day. Quiet action is a gift you give yourself. It makes you reliable in your own eyes. It strengthens your belief. It gives you control over your destiny. And one day when the results become clear, people will wonder how you built such a strong life. They will not know the many private hours spent improving. But you will know, and that knowing will fill you with confidence that no words could ever give. Chapter 3. Replace overthinking with real measurable efforts. Overthinking steals time. It keeps you busy in your mind but stuck in your life. You sit there imagining outcomes instead of creating them. You plan every detail yet take no step. You think about success so much that you forget success needs action. The truth is, many people know what they should do. They understand what their goals require. They feel the desire to grow, but they stay trapped in thought. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for everything to feel easy. They wait until they feel fully ready. And while they wait, life keeps moving without them. Thinking is not bad. Thinking helps you understand your direction. But thinking without action becomes a cage. A person can spend years believing they are preparing. But preparation becomes a delay when action never arrives. You create progress only when your hands and feet join the work. You build a better life only when your choices show it. Your future depends not on how much you think but on how much you do. When you begin to replace overthinking with measurable effort, you feel something shift. You feel more grounded in your actions. You see the real world respond to what you do. You feel the weight of progress in your own hands. Every step gives you information. Every effort teaches you something. Every task finished pushes fear away. You start seeing results instead of doubts. You begin trusting your ability to learn through experience instead of waiting for perfect knowledge. Overthinking comes from fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of making the wrong decision. Fear of not being enough. But measurable effort builds courage. You learn that mistakes do not ruin you. They help you. They show you what works and what does not. They help you adjust. They help you grow stronger. When you take action, fear becomes smaller because you discover that failure is not the end. It is part of the path. Take a simple example. Someone wants to start a business. They research for months. They look for endless advice. They think of thousands of possible problems. They imagine every step, but they never start. Then another person takes one clear action today. They create a basic version. They sell one item. They learn something real from that experience. The first person knows more in theory. But the second person is the one growing. Action beats thought every time because action produces evidence. Evidence builds belief. When you put real effort into something, you can measure the improvement. Maybe you write one page each day. Maybe you practice a skill for 30 minutes. Maybe you save a small amount of money every week. Maybe you study for 1 hour daily. These are measurable actions. You can count them. You can track them. You can see progress. And when you see progress, motivation grows. Motivation becomes stronger when effort turns into visible results. You realize you are not just thinking about change. You are creating it. Overthinking keeps you focused on what might go wrong. Measurable effort keeps you focused on what is going right. One simple action can change your mood. You feel productive. You feel hopeful. You feel proud. That feeling builds momentum. You want to keep going. You discover that progress is addictive. Once you feel the strength of action, you no longer enjoy staying stuck. A big reason people overthink is because they want to control everything. They want to avoid discomfort, but action invites uncertainty. You will not always know what will happen next, but that is fine because progress requires movement into the unknown. Life only rewards those willing to do something before they have all the answers. You learn more in 1 hour of action than in 10 hours of worry. You discover what matters by trying. You discover who you are by doing. Confidence grows when you see yourself pushing forward. You do not need a big jump. You need consistent steps. Think of your day today. Did you do something that moves you closer to your goal? Did you take one concrete action that proves you want a better future? If not, then you helped your fear stay stronger. Replace that habit. Start making daily effort visible. Choose tasks that can be tracked. Write them down. Check them off when complete. When you look back at what you finished, you see your progress clearly. That is how you take control of your mind. Overthinking creates invisible results. Measurable effort creates visible results. You can remind yourself with this simple question. Can I show what I achieved today? If the answer is yes, then you took action. If the answer is no, then you likely stayed in thought. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just be honest. Honesty is the first step toward real improvement. If you want a different tomorrow, give today a real action. Some people fear small progress. They want big change quickly. But big change is built on many unexciting actions. You grow quietly most days. You build skills slowly and suddenly one day you look back and notice how far you have come. That is the reward of measurable effort. Every minute counts. Every task counts. Every repetition counts. You do not need to impress anyone. You need to impress yourself. And the best way to impress yourself is through daily proof. Do not allow your mind to make things bigger than they are. Break tasks into smaller actions. If something feels overwhelming, divide it until it feels simple enough to start. You do not need perfect execution. You need motion. You do not need full confidence. You need to try. You do not need to know the whole path. You need the next step. When you complete that step, the next one becomes clearer. If you want change, then act like it. Talk less about what you hope will happen. Work toward what you want. Action is the language that the future understands. The world does not reward ideas alone. It rewards ideas that turn into movement. Effort is proof of desire. Show through your actions that you are serious about your life. Show that you value progress more than fear. Show that you are building your own path. You deserve to feel proud. You deserve a life that reflects your goals. You deserve growth that you can see. You deserve confidence built through honest effort. Do not let your mind hold you prisoner. Give yourself the gift of momentum. Choose to act even when you do not feel fully ready. That is where transformation begins. The moment you replace thinking with doing, your whole life begins to change shape. Every day offers a chance to prove you are capable. Take that chance. Measure your progress. Track your improvement. Notice your effort. Focus on what you can do right now. Even the smallest action can be the start of a powerful future. Overthinking will leave you with regret. Action will leave you with results. Choose results. Choose effort. Choose progress. Replace thinking with doing and watch your confidence become unstoppable. Chapter 4. Build trust by doing exactly what you say. There is something special about a person who does what they say they will do. People notice it. They feel safe around that kind of person. They believe that person. They trust their words because their words match their actions. Trust is not given freely. It is earned through consistency. When you say something and follow through every time, you show strength of character. You show responsibility. You show that you value your promises. You show that you respect yourself and others. Most individuals do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they do not keep their own word. They make promises easily then forget those promises once the moment passes. They tell themselves they will make a change and then wait for motivation to magically return. They speak of goals with excitement, but they give up when the work feels boring. Over time, they lose trust in themselves. When you do not believe your own words, you cannot expect others to believe you either. Trust grows with every completed promise. It does not matter if the promise is small. If you tell yourself you will wake up at a certain time and you honor that decision, you build trust. If you say you will finish a task today and you do it, you build trust. When you prove to yourself that you follow through, your confidence rises. You feel more in control of your life. You begin to believe that if you say something, it will happen. And that belief changes everything. A powerful rule to live by is simple. Speak less and deliver more. Instead of declaring your plans loudly, show your dedication silently through action. Instead of telling someone you will do something, show them by doing it. You do not need to explain your intentions repeatedly. People will understand through your behavior. Actions make your words valuable. Without action, words become noise. You never want your promises to feel empty. You want them to carry weight. There will be days where keeping your word does not feel convenient. Maybe you are tired. Maybe life is stressful. Maybe you feel discouraged. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that build your identity. When you keep your promise despite difficulty, you prove that your commitment is stronger than your comfort. That is how trust becomes unshakable. It comes from doing the right thing even when it is not easy. When you fail to follow through, you hurt your relationship not only with others but with yourself. When people hear a promise from you, they form an expectation. When you break it, they feel disappointed and maybe even hurt. Repeat that behavior and they begin to doubt you. They question your reliability. They hesitate to believe you next time and soon your words lose meaning. That can be damaging because trust once broken takes time to rebuild. Trust is like a mirror in the sense that it shows you how someone values their commitments. If someone keeps showing up, they show they care. If someone consistently avoids responsibility, they show their lack of seriousness. You want your life to be built on strong, trustworthy relationships that begins with you. Show others who you are by honoring every commitment you make. If you cannot do something, it is better to say no than to promise and disappoint. Many people do not think twice before making promises. They do it to feel good in the moment. They do it to impress others. They do it because speaking a goal feels easier than working toward it. But real growth begins when you choose honesty over applause. Say only what you truly intend to accomplish. When you reduce the number of promises you make, you increase the quality of the ones you keep. Building trust also means respecting deadlines. If you give your word that something will be completed by a certain time, treat that deadline seriously. Being late repeatedly shows disorganization and lack of care. Being on time shows reliability. People trust those who respect time. When you value the time of others, they value you back. Your trustworthiness becomes part of your reputation. It stays with you wherever you go. It influences how people treat you and whether they choose to work with you. Opportunities increase for those who prove they can be counted on. Leaders are chosen not because they talk well, but because they deliver. Friendships strengthen when both sides keep commitments. Family grows closer when love is shown through action and not just speech. Think about your part. Think about the times you said you would do something and followed through. How did that feel? You probably felt proud. You felt responsible. You felt like someone who can be trusted. Now think about the times when you spoke but did not act. You might have felt guilty or disappointed in yourself. That is your heart telling you that your words should matter. You know deep inside that a strong person honors their promises. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your belief increases. When you break a promise, you weaken that belief. So make your promises realistic. Make them clear and commit fully. If you say you will exercise today, then do it even if it is only for a few minutes. If you say you will read, then read even one page. The power is not in the size of the action. The power is in the consistency of the commitment. A person who does exactly what they say sends a message to the world. They are dependable. They are strong. They are disciplined. They are serious about their life. They do not treat their goals as casual wishes. They treat them as promises to themselves. When you become that person, you gain respect, not the fake kind that comes from trying to impress people. The genuine kind that comes from being true to your word. Trust is built over time. It is created from many days of effort. It becomes stronger when actions repeat themselves with honesty. You get to decide every day what kind of person you want to be. You can be someone whose words mean nothing or someone whose words carry power. Choose the second one. Choose to be the person others believe in. Choose to be someone who believes in themselves. The most important trust is the trust you build with your own mind. When you wake up each morning knowing you keep your promises, you feel unstoppable. You feel peace. You feel capable of facing any challenge. When you say something, you treat it as a commitment. When you plan something, you treat it as a responsibility. That approach to life changes your path completely. You deserve to trust yourself. You deserve to feel reliable. You deserve relationships built on honesty. You deserve success built on action. You deserve confidence built on proof. Keep your word even when no one is watching. Build trust in silence. Let your actions make your life stronger every day. When your words and actions match perfectly, your future becomes brighter. The more you follow through, the more you become the kind of person others look up to, and most importantly the kind of person you look up to. Chapter 5. Choose action when fear tries to control you. Fear is powerful. It can stop a person from moving forward even when they have everything needed to succeed. Fear can whisper doubts into your mind. It can tell you that you are not ready. It can convince you that trying is too risky. It can make you think that failure would destroy you. Fear wants control. Fear wants you to stay where you are. Fear wants you to choose comfort instead of progress. And if you allow fear to lead your decisions, your life will stay the same year after year. Nothing new happens when fear is the leader. Every person who ever achieved something important felt fear. They had worries. They had doubts. They did not know if they would succeed. But they moved anyway. They chose action. They chose to try. They chose to face discomfort rather than run from it. That is what separates those who grow from those who stay stuck. Not the absence of fear, but the courage to act despite fear. Your brain is designed to protect you. When something feels unfamiliar, your mind warns you. But your mind cannot tell the difference between real danger and personal growth. If something feels uncomfortable, your brain reacts the same way. You must teach your mind that the fear you feel when starting something new is not a sign to stop, but a sign to move. It means you are stepping into a bigger version of yourself. It means you are choosing to grow. Think about the moments in your life when you avoided something because you felt afraid. Maybe you wanted to speak up. Maybe you wanted to try a new skill. Maybe you wanted to meet new people, but fear stepped in and you stepped back. In that moment, fear won. And when fear wins once, it tries to win again. Every time you step back, it becomes easier to step back again. Soon you build a habit of letting fear choose for you. And that habit steals opportunities. The only way to weaken fear is through action. When you act, you prove to yourself that fear has less power than you believed. You discover that you can handle more than you thought. You realize that the worst outcome is rarely as bad as your mind imagined. You learn that you are capable. You learn that you are stronger than the feeling that tried to stop you. One moment of courage can change your direction. One step forward can show you that the path is open. You do not need to wait for fear to disappear. You need to move with fear. You need to accept that fear will always try to follow you, but you must be the one in front. You must decide that your goals are more important than your worries. You must decide that your future deserves effort even when it feels uncomfortable. Growth requires risk. Success requires bravery. Confidence requires proof that you can act even when your hands shake. Fear creates stories in the mind. It shows you everything that might go wrong. It makes you believe that failure would ruin you. But failure simply teaches. It gives experience. It offers lessons. It shows you how to adjust. Every successful person has a long list of failures behind them. They did not allow those moments to define them. They allowed those moments to shape them. When fear tries to take control, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the life you want. Remind yourself that your dreams deserve action. You have a choice every day. Choose to listen to fear or choose to listen to your purpose. Fear will always tell you to play small, but your purpose will always ask you to grow. Choose the voice that builds you, not the voice that limits you. Take a look at your present life. Think about the things you avoided because they scared you. Are you happy with how that turned out? Or do you wish you would have tried? Regret comes from the moments we run away from progress. Pride comes from the moments we move forward. The difference is one decision: action or avoidance, courage or hesitation. There will be moments when fear feels loud. Your heart may beat faster. Your thoughts may get messy. You may feel unsure. That is normal. That is the sign that you are stepping into new ground. Instead of stepping back, take one simple action. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for perfect timing. Take the smallest step you can find. Make the call. Start the task. Begin the first repetition. Write the first sentence. When action begins, fear loses power. Every time you show courage, you build strength. Every time you act, you earn respect from yourself. Every time you move forward, you stretch your limits. Confidence grows when you face challenges, not when you avoid them. Fear becomes weaker when you challenge it. Your life begins to expand when you refuse to let fear decide what is possible for you. You were not born to stay in a safe corner. You were born with the ability to learn. You were born with the ability to grow. You were born with the ability to overcome challenges. Your potential is bigger than fear. Your goals are more important than fear. Your future is waiting for you to act. And the only way to reach it is by stepping into uncertainty. If you think you need to feel brave first, you will never start. Courage comes after action, not before. The first step is the hardest, but also the most meaningful. The first step opens the door. The first step proves that fear cannot control you unless you allow it. Take that first step and then take the next. Build momentum. Build belief. Build a habit of moving forward. When you feel fear, use it as a signal. It means you are close to something valuable. Fear often points toward things that matter. If you feel scared to try, it may mean the outcome is important for your growth. Step toward it. Challenge it. Claim it as part of your development. Your bravery today will turn into strength tomorrow. Your strength tomorrow will create a future worth living. There will be times when you fail. Accept it. Failure is not a reason to stop. Failure is proof that you tried. Failure is better than regret. Failure teaches the lessons you need to win later. Do not let fear convince you that failure is the end. It is a step, a part of the path, a requirement for success. Keep moving. Trust yourself enough to try. Believe in your ability to learn along the way. You do not need a perfect plan. You need to show up. You need to challenge the fear that tries to control your life. Fear cannot stop you if you move. Fear cannot hold you if you take action. Fear cannot win if every day you choose progress over comfort. Your life becomes better the moment you stop letting fear choose for you. Your world becomes bigger the moment you decide to act anyway. You have only one life. Fear will steal it if you allow it. Do not give your power away. Whenever fear speaks, stand taller than before. You are capable. You are strong. You are ready to move. Action will prove it, and each step will show fear that you are the one in control. Chapter 6. Use silence to focus fully on progress. Silence is not empty. Silence is a space where growth becomes possible. When you remove noise from your mind and your surroundings, you give yourself room to think clearly and work with focus. There are many voices pulling you in different directions every day. People share opinions about what you should do. Social platforms throw distractions at you. Noise fills your attention until you forget what truly matters. Silence becomes a tool that helps you reconnect with your goals. It helps you remember where you are going and why you started in the first place. Most of the noise in life does not help you grow. It steals your attention away from real progress. When you choose silence, you take back control. You decide what matters to you. You decide where your energy should go. You decide how your time should be spent. Silence helps you cut away what is unnecessary. It allows you to invest fully in the effort that leads to results. When you choose silence, you give your goals the respect they deserve. Progress requires focus. Focus requires attention. Attention requires silence. You cannot build something important while constantly looking around. You cannot improve yourself while trying to please every voice outside of you. You must learn to protect your attention like something valuable because it is one of the most valuable things you have. Your attention shapes your future. If you waste it on noise, you lose potential. If you use it on growth, you gain strength. A quiet environment also helps you understand yourself more deeply. You can hear your own thoughts without confusion. You notice your real desires. You recognize where you are procrastinating. You understand your weaknesses without excuses. Silence brings honesty. Silence gives you the clarity to see what needs to change. Once you see the truth, you can act on it. Progress begins when you stop running from the truth inside you. There is a difference between staying silent and staying hidden. Silence does not mean hiding your goal. It means working on them without giving your energy to unnecessary talk. You do not stop chasing progress. You chase it more seriously. You do not wait for attention. You move quietly toward the results. People often speak loudly about dreams because talking feels easier than doing, but silence helps you skip the performance and get straight to work. It helps you build something meaningful while others waste time talking. Quiet progress is powerful because no one can interrupt you. No one can question every step. No one can slow you down. You work at your own speed. You choose your own path. You protect your goals from opinions that could weaken your belief. Silence becomes a shield for your dreams. It becomes a place where you can grow stronger before showing the world what you built. Think about how satisfying it feels when you complete something all on your own without announcing it ahead of time. You see the growth with your own eyes. You hold your progress in your own hands. You do not need anyone to validate it. That personal pride encourages you to keep going. Quiet progress builds internal strength. You learn to trust yourself because you see real results coming from your own silent effort. Many people struggle with focus because they try to do too many things at once. They jump from one task to another without finishing anything. They constantly check for updates. They stay busy but accomplish almost nothing. Silence eliminates that chaos. It allows you to give one task your full concentration. When you focus on one thing completely, you finish it faster and better. You feel productive. You feel capable. You feel the joy of completion instead of the frustration of unfinished work. When you choose silence, you also give your mind a chance to rest. Constant noise drains your mental energy. Silence recharges you. It gives your brain space to recover and prepare for the next challenge. A quiet moment can strengthen you more than hours spent lost in distraction. Progress is easier when your mind feels calm and refreshed. Success is built on habits. Silence helps you establish strong habits because you remove the things that fight for your attention. When you work in silence, you become consistent. You show up each day even when no one notices. That consistency builds momentum and momentum builds results. People might not see what you are doing, but you feel the outcome growing inside you. Silence teaches patience. You understand that progress does not need applause to be real. You understand that improvement takes time. You understand that small actions add up. You stop rushing. You stop comparing your journey with someone else. You stay focused on your own task. Progress becomes more natural when you are not racing against anyone. You can create silence even in busy environments. Silence is not only the absence of sound. It is a decision to ignore useless noise. It is a mental commitment to stay focused. You can turn your phone to do not disturb. You can give yourself a quiet hour each day. You can walk away from conversations that bring no value. Every moment you spend quietly working improves your commitment. It helps you become the kind of person who does not waste time. In silence, you learn discipline. You learn how to work even when you do not feel inspired. You learn how to stay committed when no one is watching. That discipline becomes strength. It helps you push through difficulties. It keeps you moving when progress feels slow. It creates a mindset where you no longer need motivation to act. Silence becomes the environment where your best self is created. Imagine what could happen if you gave your goals more silent time. Imagine how much progress you could make if you stopped letting distractions interrupt you every few minutes. Imagine the pride you would feel at the end of each day seeing the work you completed. Silence gives you the chance to make those changes. It gives you the space to build a future you can be proud of. Life has enough noise coming from outside. Do not add more noise by worrying about what others think. Focus within. Give your attention to the actions that will move you forward. When the world becomes quiet, you can finally hear your own determination. You do not need applause to make progress. You do not need attention to become better. You do not need approval to begin. You only need silence and focus. Every day you choose silence. You choose progress. Every day you protect your attention. You protect your future. Your greatest growth happens when you give yourself the space to work without distraction. Later people will ask how you changed so much. They will wonder how you reached new levels. They will want to know how you succeeded. You will know the truth. It happened because you were willing to work quietly while others wasted time talking. Your silent progress will eventually become visible to everyone. But the strength behind that progress will always belong to you. Silence is your advantage. Focus is your power. Progress is your reward. Choose silence often. Work deeply. Improve daily and watch your life rise in ways that noise could never create. Chapter 7. Let habits shape identity through consistent actions. Who you become is shaped by what you do every day, not by one big moment, not by rare bursts of motivation. Your identity grows from the choices you repeat. If you want to change your life, you must change what you do daily. Habits create direction. Habits shape your future. Habits show the truth about what you want. When your actions remain consistent, they begin to write your identity inside you. You look at yourself differently because you know your behavior is moving you toward who you want to become. Some people think identity is fixed. They say this is just who I am. But that belief stops growth. You can choose a new identity through new habits. If you want to be healthier, start acting like someone who cares for their body. If you want to be successful, start acting like someone who uses time wisely. If you want to be confident, start acting like someone who tries instead of hesitating. It begins with action. You become proud of yourself when you commit to habits that match your goals. A habit is not built on a single day of effort. It becomes real through repetition. When you repeat an action enough times, it becomes part of you. It becomes automatic. You no longer debate whether you should do it. You simply do it because that is who you are now. This is one of the most powerful things in life. You do not have to fight for motivation each day. When the habit is already strong, the habit carries you. It keeps you moving through good days and bad days. That consistency builds identity, and identity makes change last. You cannot talk yourself into a new life. You must act yourself into it. When your actions and your goals align, your belief gets stronger. When your actions and your goals clash, you feel disappointed. That disappointment can lead to giving up if you let it. But you do not need to give up. You can start building small habits that match the person you want to become. Each time you complete a habit, you tell yourself, I am serious. I am someone who follows through. I am building a better version of myself. Do not wait for a perfect moment to begin. The perfect moment is rarely there. Start with something small but meaningful. If you want to write a book, write a few minutes each day. If you want to learn a skill, practice it a little daily. If you want to improve your life, make a small improvement every morning. Big transformations are built from small actions repeated over time. Even a tiny habit can change the path of your future if you choose it every day. Your daily actions are like steps that take you farther from who you were and closer to who you want to be. Your identity grows stronger every time you honor your habits. But habits require patience. You cannot demand fast results. You must create a routine that you can continue. Anyone can stay consistent for 1 week when excitement is high. But the person who continues for months and years is the one who truly changes. When you keep going after the excitement fades, that is when your habits begin to shape you. That is when your behavior becomes your strength. There will be moments when you want to skip your fates. There will be mornings you feel tired. There will be days when distractions look easier than discipline. That is when identity matters most. When you remember who you are becoming, you do the habit even if the feeling is weak. You remind yourself that consistency is what separates progress from regret. You remind yourself that every skipped habit takes you backward. You take action anyway because you know future pride is more valuable than temporary comfort. Your habits should fit the life you want to build. Do not copy someone else. Your identity should not be a competition. Choose habits that match your own goals. If you want to be confident, practice stepping out of your comfort zone. If you want to be skilled, put time into learning. If you want financial improvement, manage your money daily. Your habits should serve your purpose. When habits support your goals, life feels more meaningful. You feel more connected to what you do. Pay attention to the habits that may be hurting you. Some actions repeated daily can damage your progress. Too much time wasted. Too many promises delayed. Too much fear accepted. These habits weaken belief. They hold you back. Recognize what is pulling you downward and replace it with something better. You do not need to fight your bad habits with force. Introduce good habits that make them disappear slowly. When your time becomes filled with productive actions, there is less space for damaging habits. Surroundings influence habits. You need an environment that helps you stay consistent. If something around you makes it easy to slip into old patterns, change that environment. Rearrange your space. Remove temptations. Keep reminders of your goals visible. Set your tools and resources where you can reach them easily. Make good habits convenient and bad habits inconvenient. Your environment should support the person you are working to become. You can track your habits to stay aware of your growth. When you see your effort clearly, you feel motivated to continue. Each day you complete a habit is a vote for your new identity. Each mark on your calendar shows you are showing up. Progress feels good when you see the proof. It becomes easier to maintain a habit when you see how far you have come. You do not want to break the chain of effort you worked so hard to build. You stay committed because consistency becomes a source of pride. Do not underestimate the power of a small habit. It might seem like nothing in the moment, but small actions compound over time. They build strength. They build knowledge. They build discipline. One day you will look back and realize that what felt like small effort was actually creating a powerful change. You will see how those simple actions shaped your identity into something strong and confident. Your habits tell the world who you are. More importantly, they tell you who you are. When you show up daily, you begin to respect yourself more. You no longer depend on outside encouragement. You become your own source of motivation. You become someone who expects better from yourself. And when you expect better, you act better. You deserve a life where your actions match your dreams. You deserve an identity that makes you proud to wake up in the morning. You deserve growth that continues year after year. This is what consistent habits create. They guide you forward when motivation disappears. They keep you stable when challenges arrive. They give you direction when everything feels uncertain. You always know what to do next because your habits lead the way. Every day is another chance to strengthen your identity. Every effort counts. Every completion matters. You do not need to shout your goals to the world. Just live them. Let your identity be seen through what you repeatedly do. Let your habits show your seriousness. Let your actions build the future you want. The question is simple. Who do you want to become? Answer that question with action. Answer it with daily effort. Answer it with habits that prove your decision. When your habits change, your identity changes. When your identity changes, your life changes. Begin today. Be consistent tomorrow, and soon your actions will reveal a person you always hoped to be. Chapter 8. Upgrade your life by practicing what you speak. It is easy to say you want a better life. It is easy to talk about change. Most people speak about doing more and becoming better. They say they will work harder. They say they will improve their habits. They say they will start soon. Those words feel good for a moment. But speaking alone does not move anything forward. Speaking alone does not build your future. Your life upgrades only when your behavior upgrades. When your actions match your voice, your world begins to transform. When you promise yourself something, your life does not respond to the promise. Your life responds to the action that follows. You can say you want success all day, but success cares about what you do with your day. You can say you want health, but health arrives only when you care for your body daily. You can say you want new skills, but skills appear only after hours of practice. When your behavior supports your words, you become powerful. When your behavior contradicts your words, you lose belief. Every time you speak about a goal, you start a contract with yourself. That contract is not complete until you take the steps that make that goal real. If you speak but never act, you break the contract. And each broken contract weakens the trust you have in yourself. If you continue like that, you begin to believe that your words are just sounds. You lose respect for your own promises. Confidence drops because you no longer see yourself as someone who follows through. But when you practice what you speak, something different happens. Your confidence grows. You feel proud. You feel responsible. You feel that you can depend on yourself. That feeling strengthens your belief. Strong belief leads to stronger action, and stronger action leads to a better life. It becomes a positive cycle that gives you control over your future. Instead of wishing, you start working. Instead of dreaming, you start building. Stop giving your energy to empty speech. Give your energy to action. If you say you will take the first step, take it today. If you say you will break a bad habit, begin now. You do not need a big performance. You do not need loud announcements. You need quiet, consistent effort. Every day you show up, you upgrade something in your life. You improve some part of your future. You give proof that you are serious. Think of how many years you have left. Think of how many things you want to experience, achieve, and become. None of that will happen if you only talk about it. Talking cannot replace action. It cannot give you skills. It cannot change your situation. It cannot increase your income. It cannot strengthen your body. It cannot build strong relationships. Only your actions can do that. When your life and your words begin to match, you feel whole. You feel aligned with the person you want to be. There is a level of pride that comes from backing your words with real effort. You do not need applause. You do not need anyone to notice. The feeling inside you is enough. You know you are improving. You know you are living with purpose. You know you are giving your future a real chance. You are not waiting anymore. You are not pretending anymore. You are not just talking. You are becoming. Look at the people who inspire you. They are not inspiring because of what they said they would do. They are inspiring because of what they actually did. Their life became the evidence. Their behavior became the message. They upgraded their life step by step until the results could not be ignored. You have the same opportunity. You can make your life strong enough to speak for itself. Every good change begins with a decision. But the decision holds no power until you take action. Many people collect plans. They write lists. They set goals. But plans without action collect dust. Goals without action become regrets. You do not want a life full of regret. You want a life full of completed missions. You want to look back one day and feel proud that you turned your words into achievements. When you practice what you speak, you become more disciplined. You become more organized. You become more careful with your promises. You begin to understand that your words are seeds. If you plant them with action, they grow. If you throw them and walk away, they disappear. Treat your words as something serious. Speak only what you intend to follow through on. And when you say you will do something, live up to it. You deserve a life that rises higher each year. You deserve progress you can measure. You deserve growth that makes you feel alive. But none of that comes for free. You pay for it through consistent behavior. You pay by showing up when you would rather rest. You pay by sacrificing comfort for improvement. You pay by keeping your promises even when the excitement disappears. That payment may feel hard in the moment, but the reward is lasting happiness. Sometimes you will feel tired. Sometimes progress will feel slow. Sometimes you will wonder if the effort is worth it. Those moments test your commitment. They ask if you truly mean what you say. If you keep moving through those times, you prove that your word has value. You prove that you are not the type to speak about greatness while settling for less. You prove that you are ready for a better life because you are working for it. When you speak about improving your life, people might doubt you. They might not believe in your goals. They might not support you. That is not a problem because you are not doing this for their approval. You are doing this to build a life that feels meaningful to you. When your actions begin to show results, those same people will notice. Your progress will become visible. Your life will tell the story your words could never tell on their own. Upgrading your life does not require perfection. You just need direction and action. You will make mistakes. You will learn. You will adjust. The important part is that you keep going. Do not be afraid to start small. A better life does not demand giant leaps every day. It demands small steps repeated without giving up. Show up daily. Improve something daily. Hold yourself to a higher level daily. The more you act, the more capable you become. The more capable you become, the bigger your goals can grow. And when your goals grow, your life grows with them. This is how transformation happens. It does not happen in one moment. It happens every day through the choices you make. You shape your life with those choices. You shape your identity. You shape your future. Your voice is powerful when your actions support it. Make your behavior match your words. Stay loyal to what you promise yourself. Treat your goals like responsibilities. Give effort consistently. Upgrade your habits. Upgrade your mindset. Upgrade your days. And soon your entire life will rise to a new level. You are responsible for your growth. You are responsible for your choices. You are responsible for how you show up. Take that responsibility proudly. A better life is possible for you. But possibility becomes reality only when action replaces talk. Practice what you speak. Live what you believe. Show your seriousness through what you do every single day. Then your progress becomes undeniable and your future becomes something you created with purpose. Chapter 9. Reduce talk and save energy for improvement. Talking can feel good. It can make you feel like you are moving forward even when nothing is actually changing. You share your ideas. You explain your goals. You tell people what you plan to do. But if you spend too much time talking, you might forget that progress requires effort. You cannot think your way into success by repeating the same words. Real improvement demands action. When you talk less and use that energy to work, your life begins to shift in ways that talking alone will never create. There is a limit to the energy you have each day. Your energy must be used wisely if you want to improve your life. If you spend it all on explaining your plans, you will not have enough left to execute those plans. Every moment spent trying to impress others with your ideas is a moment taken away from building those ideas. If you want to grow, choose action first. Keep your attention on what needs to be done. You will be surprised at how far you go when you stop using your energy for conversations that lead nowhere. Many people try to get attention by speaking about their ambitions. They want recognition before they earn results. They want others to see them as successful before they have achieved anything. But attention cannot replace achievement. Approval cannot replace progress. Praise cannot replace real work. You should never feel satisfied only because you spoke confidently. Satisfaction should come from seeing your growth and knowing you earned it. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength when used correctly. When you reduce your talk, you increase your focus. You see what matters more clearly. You learn to ignore distraction. You give yourself space to think and act with purpose. You stop seeking validation. You stop explaining yourself. You simply work. And when results become visible, people recognize your growth without you having to say a word about it. You do not need to update the world on every decision. Improvement does not need an audience. The only approval you should care about comes from yourself. When you end your day, ask one question. Did I do something that helped me grow? If the answer is yes, you used your energy wisely. If the answer is no, you know where to adjust. Simple, honest reflection is more valuable than long conversations where nothing changes. People talk a lot when they want to avoid discomfort. Talking feels safe. Action feels hard. Talking feels comfortable. Effort feels uncertain. But the life you want will not come from comfort. It will come from choices that demand effort. It will come from discipline. It will come from showing up even when no one notices. Every time you reduce the noise and increase the work, you take control of your future. Think about the last time you shared a plan with excitement but never followed through. You probably felt guilty later. That guilt is your brain reminding you that your actions and words did not match. The more times this happens, the more you begin to doubt yourself. You start to feel like someone who cannot follow through. But that can change. You can rebuild belief by speaking less and doing more. Replace long promises with small efforts. Replace big claims with visible progress. You do not need to declare your intentions. You need to live them. Improvement requires privacy. Sometimes when you talk too much about your goals, others may give opinions you do not need. They may question your decisions. They may bring doubt. They may discourage you without meaning to. But when you work quietly, you protect your confidence. You give yourself the chance to grow without interruption. You do not waste time explaining why something matters to you. You give your time to building what matters. Reducing talk also helps you think more clearly. When you speak less, you listen more. You notice opportunities around you. You learn from your efforts. You understand where adjustments are needed. You stop reacting to everything around you. You move with intention. Focus becomes natural when your attention is not scattered by too many conversations. Saving energy is not only physical. It is mental and emotional. If you spend your mind on arguments, you cannot improve anything. If you spend your heart on impressing people, you forget to impress yourself. You must protect your energy like it is valuable because it is. When your energy goes toward growth, you grow. When it goes to distractions, you stay stuck. Some people talk because they are afraid they will be forgotten. They want others to notice them. But the most unforgettable people are the ones who show results. They do not need to speak loudly. Their progress speaks for them. When you show results, you gain respect. When you only talk, you lose credibility. Let your effort build your reputation. Let your progress build your confidence. Let your success become your voice. You get one life. You cannot afford to waste it on empty talk. You deserve a life filled with achievements, not unfulfilled plan. You deserve to feel proud of your actions, not just your intentions. You deserve growth you can see, not dreams that never begin. You deserve to feel the joy that comes from completing something important. If you want to improve, start where you are. Do one thing today that pushes you forward. That one thing is worth more than 20 long conversations about what you will do. Your future depends on what you choose right now. Save your energy for movement. Save your attention for learning. Save your commitment for tasks that matter. Not every effort needs recognition. The reward of progress is enough. You will notice changes first. Your habits will get stronger. Your discipline will increase. Your goals will feel closer. You will feel more alive because you are moving. That feeling becomes motivation. That motivation becomes strength. And that strength becomes momentum that keeps you improving day after day. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. Imagine you worked quietly. Imagine you reduced useless talk. Imagine you invested your energy in progress. You would be a different person. You would be more skilled, more disciplined, more confident. Your life would be advancing. That version of you depends on the decisions you make today. If you want that future, start acting like it matters. Choose to save your energy for the things that will change your life. You have the power to turn your thoughts into action. You have the ability to move forward even if the step is small. You have control over how you use your energy. Use it wisely. Decide that your effort deserves your attention. Decide that talking will not replace work. Decide that your improvement is the most important conversation you will ever invest in. Reduce talk. Increase action. Protect your energy. Build your progress. Your results will tell your story better than any words ever could. And when you see your own improvement, you will feel more confident and grateful that you chose action over talk. You will realize that what you saved was not just energy. You saved your future from being wasted. Chapter 10. Show commitment through results that others notice. People respect what they can see. They trust what is proof. They believe in what is results behind it. When you commit to something and you keep showing up every single day, the results will become visible. You will not need to say anything. You will not need to convince anyone. Your progress will speak clearly. Your actions will show who you are. That is the highest level of commitment. You stop defending your journey with words and you let your improvements show the truth. It takes time for results to appear. You may work quietly for months and feel like nobody cares. You may push yourself and wonder if anyone notices. But real progress is not created for attention. It is created to build a stronger life. When you commit to consistent effort, the growth that happens inside you eventually becomes visible on the outside. People start to pay attention. They start to see your discipline. They start to notice that you are not the same person anymore. And that recognition feels earned and honest. Your results become a reflection of your standards. If you do the work only when it feels easy, people will see inconsistency. If you give your best only when someone is watching, the outcome will show lack of effort. But if you stay committed, even when it is quiet, even when you are tired, even when motivation disappears, your results will look different. They will show strength. They will show discipline. They will show character. The world understands that kind of message clearly. Commitment is not something you announce once. It is something you prove again and again. It is not measured by excitement. It is measured by action. Anyone can be excited in the beginning. The true test comes later when the excitement fades and the hard work remains. When you continue anyway, your results grow. They stack up day by day and soon there is no argument against your success because the proof is visible everywhere you go. There will be times when you feel behind. There will be days when you think your progress is slow, but slow progress is still progress. Every small step adds to the final result. You do not always notice your own growth while it is happening. You are with yourself every day, so the changes may feel invisible to you. But others will see it. They will see your confidence rise. They will see your skills improve. They will see opportunities come your way. That is what happens when you stay committed long enough for results to appear. Many people give up right before improvement becomes noticeable. They lose patience. They expect instant change. But growth demands consistency. You cannot rush transformation. You must be willing to show up even when progress feels hidden. That is where real commitment is built. You are not working for applause. You are working to become someone who deserves the life you dream about. Every result you achieve builds your reputation. A reputation built on results is stronger than one built on promises. When people see you finishing what you start, they trust you more. When they see you growing continuously, they respect your discipline. When they see you build success through effort, they believe in your ability. And more importantly, you believe in your ability, too. You feel stronger when your achievements prove your commitment. Think about the feelings that come from result. You do not feel pride after a long speech about your plans. You feel pride when you finish the work. You feel pride when you see improvement. That feeling lifts you up. It gives you new energy. It reminds you why you started. It shows you what is possible. When you have proof that your effort creates progress, you want to continue. You want to aim higher because you know you have the power to grow. Results do not need decoration. They do not need explanation. They stand on their own. When clears throat others see you improving, they will know you earned it. They may not have seen the long hours. They may not have seen the struggles. They may not have seen the moments where you almost gave up. But they will see what those moments created. And that transformation will speak with more honesty than any words ever could. If someone doubts you, do not waste time trying to convince them. Use your energy to keep improving. When your results arrive, the doubt disappears. Those who questioned you will understand later. But that understanding comes only when you stay consistent. Commitment is shown when you keep going long after others would have quit. When you give more than what is expected, your results reflect that extra effort. Your results will encourage others too. People feel inspired when they see someone they know rise higher. They will look at you and realize that change is possible for them as well. They will see your commitment and feel motivated to commit to their own goals. Improving your life helps others improve theirs. You become proof that progress is real. That proof can change life. Do not underestimate what you can build. If you stay committed for 1 year, you can change your entire situation. You can become healthier. You can become smarter. You can become more skilled. You can create a life you did not believe was possible before. And the people around you will see every bit of that transformation. Results earned with commitment always show. Even when results become visible, stay humble. Let the success remind you of how far you have come. That also remind you that the journey continue. Commitment does not end when applause appears. Commitment must remain even after the world recognizes your growth. Stay the person who keeps improving. Stay the person who keeps learning. Stay the person who treats each day as another opportunity to ride. Show yourself that you are capable of finishing what you start. Show yourself that you can stay consistent long enough to make a difference. Show yourself that your life can reflect your goals. That is the true power of commitment. It transforms potential into proof. It turns dreams into reality. It creates a version of you that others admire. That more importantly, a version of you that you admire. You deserve a life filled with visible results. You deserve a path where growth appears clearly. You deserve success that others notice because you earned it with dedication. Do not wait for permission. Do not slow down because no one is watching today. Stay focused. Work daily. Keep polishing your future through effort. And soon your results will speak with a volume your voice never could. Commitment becomes real when it can be seen. When your actions produce progress, it becomes obvious that you are serious about your goals. From that point forward, you do not need to convince anyone again. Your results become the proof of your commitment. And proof is the language everyone understands.